Lots of knives look sharp in a shop, but in real tactical situations, the difference between a blade that holds up and one that fails is huge. And with so many cheap imports out there, it's hard to know what's actually dependable. That's why US-made tactical knives have a strong reputation. Built tougher, tested harder, and made to perform when you really need it. So today, we're going to show you the 25 best USA-made tactical military knives that are definitely worth knowing about. Updated price and purchase links are down in the description below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. Alright, let's have a look at the Apache-Dawn from Tops. This one was created in response to a real military request. Apache helicopter pilots wanted something bigger and tougher than the standard issue, and Tops knives answered with this design. This Rockies edition carries that same field-ready spirit, but is refined with a few modern touches for even broader use in the field. It measures just about 11 7/8 inches overall, with a 6 3/4 inch blade that gives you serious reach. Weighing in at just under 1 pound, this knife strikes a balance of heft and speed, heavy enough to chop or power through tougher material but still agile in hand. The harpoon-style tip, paired with a thin swedge, helps push the blade downward on impact, creating a wider cut and excellent penetration. That versatility is exactly why it works well as both a field knife and a combat knife. Now, the handle uses black G10 with Rocky Mountain tread, plus a pronounced finger guard, so grip is solid even when things get slippery. The knife weighs about 21 ounces with its sheath and is MALA compatible, giving you flexible carry options on tactical gear. After the brute force character of the Apache-Dawn, the Zero Tolerance 6, better known as the ZT6, is built to be tough, balanced, and mission-ready, and it shows what happens when American precision meets tactical purpose. Built from CPM3V steel, this 6-inch fixed blade is designed to take punishment. CPM3V is known for its ability to hold an edge without chipping, making it excellent for heavy field tasks. To add even more resilience, the blade is bead blasted and coated with a layer of clear Cerakote, which protects against corrosion and scratches. Measuring 0.19 inches thick and under 5 millimeters, the blade has enough heft to take on serious work while staying controllable. The OD green G10 handle is textured for grip, keeping the knife steady even in wet or muddy conditions. At 10.3 ounces, or about 292 grams, it is heavy enough to feel strong but light enough for long carry. Plus, the Kydex sheath includes a secondary retention strap, multiple mounting slots, and even a drainage hole, giving you flexibility. Well, while it may not carry the exotic look of oversized blades, the ZT6 proves itself through balance, durability, and thoughtful design. After those heavy-duty fixed blades, let's shift to something more compact yet just as capable. The SOG Seal XR Ti fills the gap between precision and toughness, giving you a folding knife that's built like a tank but operates with finesse. Here, we really like the titanium liner construction, which makes the handle feel stable and durable without adding unnecessary bulk. The blade itself is CPM MagnaCut steel, black finished, and shaped into a drop point, sharp, resilient, and resistant to corrosion. The dual deployment options, flipper and thumb hole, allow quick access whether you're wearing gloves or working in tight spaces. We appreciate the XR lock. It's robust and gives confidence during heavier cutting tasks, though some users might notice a slightly stiff engagement at first. The polymer handle scales are comfortable. Tip-up pocket carry keeps the knife secure but accessible. Though a bit over 4 ounces, it's not the lightest pocket folder out there. The overall size and steel choice make it more tactical than casual, and while it isn't ideal for extreme pry or baton work, it performs exceptionally well in everyday tactical scenarios. Being USA-made, the XR Ti offers the reliability and build quality you want from a knife intended for serious use. Next up, when the mission shifts from combat zones to the wilderness, you need a knife that balances precision with toughness. And that's where the Emerson Rendezvous comes in. Like all Emersons, this one's proudly USA made, built to stand up to field demands with dependable performance and rugged craftsmanship. It meets that need with a rugged Bowie-style blade made from 154 cm steel. Just under 4-inch blade is thick enough to resist bending, yet light enough for precise control, and the V-grind geometry gives an efficient slicing edge. The G10 handle is textured and provides a solid grip even in wet conditions, though it can feel a bit rigid during prolonged use. One of the clever features we notice is the finish. It hides scratches and wear effectively, which is practical for outdoor tasks where cosmetic scratches are inevitable. At 5.5 ounces, the knife has a reassuring heft without being unwieldy, making it a dependable partner for everything from processing to camp chores. While it's compact, it's not the best choice for heavy-duty batoning, and that's something to consider depending on your needs. Still, its tough steel and thoughtful design make it a versatile folding knife that delivers both tactical performance and field utility. Moving from versatile folders to something purpose-built for survival, the MKC Redacted is engineered for the kind of scenarios where failure simply isn't an option. Designed to meet SEER standards, survival, evasion, resistance, and escape, it's a knife created for those who operate on the edge and need gear that can match that intensity. The full Tang and G10 handle make it feel solid and balanced, though the under 8 ounces of weight makes it noticeably heavier than most folders. Here, MagnaCut stainless steel provides a mix of edge retention, toughness, and corrosion resistance, keeping it reliable in wet environments. Plus, the Cerakote finish adds extra durability, but over time, heavy abrasion will leave marks. Overall length is just over 10 inches, giving a strong presence for both survival and tactical tasks, though it's a knife that demands respect. It's not a casual carry piece. Every inch of this blade reflects American craftsmanship and purpose-driven design and field testing. The Redacted isn't just another survival knife. It's a tool you can count on when conditions get serious and your life might depend on your gear. Now, you might need something for everyday tactical carry, but it can be tricky when you need a reliable, versatile folder, so here the Hogue-Sig Sauer K320 series aims to solve that. Well, the K320 series basically gives you a choice. There are both manual and automatic versions, the standard manual Open K320 and the automatic K320A. Yeah, they look a bit different at a glance. Different handles, different opening mechanisms, even the little styling cues can be different, but underneath, they're cut from the same cloth. The 3.5-inch drop point blade in CPM S30V. Steel offers sharpness, corrosion resistance, and durability suitable for tactical or field tasks. The black Cerakote finish reduces glare and provides extra protection, though it will wear with heavy abrasion over time. The gray polymer handle is lightweight and comfortable, though some may find it slightly smooth when wet, making grip attention necessary in slick conditions. And the flat grind with a hand-honed edge keeps slicing smooth and precise. At 8 inches overall and just over 4 ounces, it balances portability with utility, and the blade thickness of 0.12 inches makes it practical for both daily use and tactical applications. Being USA made, the K320 series brings quality and consistency that's reassuring in a tactical knife, whether you prefer manual or automatic deployment, making it a dependable tool for EDC or operational carry. If you want something compact that still behaves like a full-blown tactical knife when it counts, that's where this LUDT Gen 3 shines. If you've ever liked Microtech, the LUDT Gen 3 explains why. The automatic action snaps the blade out with a smooth, effortless authority you can feel the moment you press the button. The Gen 3 is an evolution of the original LUDT, a knife built for underwater operations decades ago, and we appreciate how Microtech didn't just copy the old model, they refined it. The handle is where we notice a lot of the subtle improvements. Inlays add grip and style, the torque screws make maintenance easier, and the overall ergonomics feel natural in our hand. Then there's the pivot. The silica carbide ball bearing system makes opening buttery smooth while still feeling incredibly solid. No wobble at all, which we really value in a tactical folder. The blade steel, Bowler M390MK, is a step up from conventional M390, holding an edge like a dream, resisting corrosion, and slicing cleanly. We do notice that, being an automatic, some people might be cautious about carrying it, but for those who can carry it, it's a sharp, ultra-reliable tool. Overall, this USA-made knife packs impressive tactical performance into a compact frame, built to handle daily use with ease. Next, we've got the Seal Commander from SOG. Right away, the CPMS-35VN steel blade impresses. It's sharp out of the box, holds its edge well, and feels tough enough to take serious abuse. Here, the 5.2 5-inch clip point blade gives a balance of slicing and piercing ability, which we really like for a tactical setup. One thing we appreciate is the finger choil. It might seem small, but when we choke down, we get precise control that feels reassuring in tricky situations. The micarta handle is firm but comfortable, and we appreciate how it fills the hand without feeling bulky. It's the kind of grip that stays secure even when wet, sweaty, or messy, which is critical for any military or survival use. The knife rides in a Kydex sheath that grips firmly but doesn't make drawing difficult, so it's ready when we are. Though the handle can feel a bit stiff at first, but it breaks in and molds to your hand over time. Being proudly USA made adds that extra layer of confidence. We know it's built to last. For us, this knife is a tactical companion that's practical and well-balanced in every way. Moving on from the Seal Commander, the Emerson Turbo 7 taps straight into that CQC7 lineage but is tuned for today's needs. It just feels familiar in the hand, like it's part of that old-school Emerson we've known for years. You can tell it comes straight from the CQC7 bloodline. Same kind of confidence in the grind and purposeful feel, but this one's tuned up for the modern day. The first thing you notice is that blade. It's that chisel ground Tonto Emerson's known for. It bites in hard and stays tough. It's not a featherweight at just under 5 ounces, but that extra heft makes it feel solid, not cheap. And with Magna-Cut steel, it's a serious step forward. This stuff holds an edge like it shrugs off rust even if you're out in the elements all week. It's the kind of knife that looks better the more you beat it up. The G10 handle has Emerson's usual gritty texture, and it's almost too grippy at first, but it wears in nicely. We like the way it fills the palm, full traction from base to pommel. All told, the Turbo 7 feels like what Emerson does best. A straight-shooting, American-made workhorse that's meant to be used, not babied. Well, now you may need a camp knife that can actually handle remote, heavy-duty chores. And this one was designed for exactly that. After the Turbo 7's tactical focus, the MKC Marshall Bushcraft scales things up for wilderness work. It was crafted by bladesmith Josh Smith for some of the toughest conditions, like Montana's Bob Marshall Wilderness. This knife is big, measuring over 12 inches overall, with a massive blade close to 8 inches made from cryo-treated high-carbon ball-bearing steel. This steel combo gives you top-notch toughness, and the thick blade spine, around 0.17 inches, combined with flat-sided G10 handles, makes this knife strong enough for heavy batoning while keeping your hand from slipping during chopping. People also love how balanced it feels despite its size. Handling it isn't as intimidating as you might think. It works well for chopping firewood or even camp cooking. That said, it's a hefty knife, nearly 10 ounces, so if you want to keep your pack light, it might not be ideal. Well, it's also on the pricier side, but MKC includes lifetime sharpening and repairs through their Generations program, which adds a lot of value. If you want a durable, well-built survival knife that can tackle serious outdoor tasks, the MKC Marshall Bushcraft is definitely a strong choice. If your mission calls for a blade that can be trusted in filthy, chaotic environments, modularity and toughness are non-negotiable. That's exactly where this 3V FreeReign from Demko shines. Following the big bushcraft blade, the Demko 3V FreeReign goes the other direction. Uncompromising durability for hard use. This knife has a full tang construction of premium CPM 3V steel. Plus, the US-made build makes it a trusted companion for military professionals and hardcore survivalists. This isn't some weekend camping blade. It's the kind of tool designed to take on the battlefield without compromise. You can completely take it apart for cleaning. And that might sound like a small detail, but in muddy, bloody, or sandy environments, keeping your gear clean can be the difference between staying sharp and failing when you need it most. Then there's the handle, rubberized and injection molded with aggressive texturing. Basically, it locks into your hand whether you're in gloves, soaked in rain, or even dealing with less than ideal situations. Here, the flat grind makes cutting efficient, while the drop point shape gives it real piercing power. It's not flashy, it's just brutally reliable, and that's exactly why so many professionals keep it close. When you want an OTF that keeps getting better without losing the core feel, then the Microtech Ultratech Gen 3 shows how deliberate engineering elevates an OTF. The aluminum handle, made from 6061T6, feels light but strong, and the new torque screw construction makes maintenance a little easier, something we appreciate when you actually carry these tools every day. What really stands out are the upgrades: the crud cutter, the dual fuel drivetrain, and zero blade play. Those aren't just fancy names. They make the mechanism smoother, more responsive, and rock solid when locked. Now, the M390MK blade steel delivers that sharp, long-lasting edge we expect from Microtech, and the deployment speed is addictive. There's a crisp authority every time the blade fires out. The built-in glass breaker is a small but welcome touch for anyone who uses this in real emergency situations. We'll admit, it's not the lightest OTF out there, and it can feel a bit mechanical in hand. But that's part of its character. It's built like a precision instrument. Being USA-made, it represents the top tier of American machining, and for those who love OTFs, this one's easily a must-see evolution. So, if you prefer a knife that's just plain tough, the Ka-Bar BK2 is about as rugged as it gets. Designed by Ethan Becker, this knife feels more like a survival tool than a simple knife. It's a chunk of 1095 Crovan steel that can take serious abuse. You can use it for batoning wood, food prep, and even hammering tent stakes, and it just keeps going. The 0.25-inch thick blade means you're not worrying about snapping it. But we'll be honest, it's not a slicer. That extra thickness makes it feel more like a mini pry bar, which can be both good and bad depending on what you need. The Zytel handle feels solid, though it's a bit plain, and after long use it can feel slightly hard on the hand. Still, it provides a good grip. And the molded polymer sheath is no nonsense and keeps the knife locked in securely, though it's not the quietest when drawing. At nearly a pound, it's hefty, but we don't mind that because the weight matches its purpose. Proudly built in the USA, the BK2 isn't about finesse, it's about reliability when you're deep in the woods and need a tool that won't fail. If you want a carry piece that disappears in the pocket but still gives you refined cutting performance, then have a quick look at the Launch 8 from Kershaw, and right away, it feels like someone took a classic stiletto silhouette and made it work for everyday carry. It's slim and balanced in hand, and that thin CPM 154 blade gives you good cutting performance and edge holding, but without the hulking feel of a tactical knife. The stiletto-inspired deep top grind keeps weight down, and at roughly under 3 ounces, it disappears in the pocket, which we like for day-to-day carry when we don't want bulk. The handle is clean and narrow, 6061T, 6 aluminum, so it's light but still stiff, and the carbon fiber insert hiding the pivot gives the knife a tidy look. We appreciate the integrated finger guards top and bottom. They make the design feel safer than a traditional stiletto, especially when you're using it for quick cuts. The push-button opener is low profile, though that same low profile means you sometimes have to fish around a bit to flick it open in gloves. Still, made in the USA and carrying that stiletto style, the Launch 8 is a neat pocket-friendly piece that feels smartly modernized rather than a nostalgia throwback. When your tasks are specialized, cutting webbing, straps, or similar materials, a hooked blade profile will outperform a regular drop point every time. So, here the Hogue Sig Sauer EXF03 tackles niche cutting with a purpose-built design. The Hogue-Hawkbill blade is a specialist shape. With a 2.25-inch 154-centimeter edge, it bites down on line work and strap or cord cutting really well. The hollow flat grind and hand-honed edge mean it comes sharp and stays useful. Plus, the G10 scales feel solid in the hand. They aren't trying to be fancy, just reliable under hard use. At a bit over 5 ounces, it's heavier than the slim folders to carry, but that weight makes it feel like a proper fixed-blade tool rather than an afterthought. Here, the sheath option is a nylon belt with a rotating clip, and the bolter-on neck that gives versatility for carry setups and compatibility with tech lock systems is a nice practical touch for mounting. The Cerakote finish on the blade helps hide wear, but the Hogue-Bill profile narrows its use, great for cutting webbing, rope, and similar tasks. Less ideal for general camp chores or food prep. Built with American craftsmanship in mind, the EXF-03 is a pragmatic little fighter, specific in purpose, solid in build, and dependable when you need focused cutting performance. After the Hogue-Bill specialist, the Tom Brown Tracker reintroduces us to a true wilderness system that does many jobs at once. Many people recognize it from the movie The Hunted, but this knife is far more than just Hollywood fame. It is designed as a complete wilderness survival system. Instead of a single cutting edge, the massive 5.7-inch blade carries multiple edges in one. So, one knife can cover chopping, slicing, carving, and skinning tasks without switching tools. The steel is 154-centimeter stainless, heat-treated, and cryo-tempered to a Rockwell hardness between 58 and 60. This gives it the toughness needed to survive heavy batoning or chopping without fear of breaking. With a thickness built for abuse, the tracker can take on firewood, vegetation, or bone. At around 18 ounces, the weight gives you impressive chopping power, though it does take practice to master all its functions. The tumble finish protects against corrosion and helps reduce glare, especially if you find yourself in tactical settings. Add in the micarta handle that stays grippy even when wet, plus a rotating kydex sheath for flexible carry, and you've got a knife built for serious survivalists. When compact strength is what you're after, the Demko Armiger 4 delivers it in a small package. Built for demanding conditions, it's available in 2 variations, one proudly made in the USA and another produced in Taiwan. The US model feels a bit more dialed in, with that extra polish and precision in every contour, while the Taiwan-made version keeps almost all the same features but costs less, which we appreciate. Now, at the core, you get a Magna-Cut steel blade, drop point in shape, with a stone-washed finish. Magna-Cut is quickly becoming one of the most respected steels in modern knife making because it balances hardness, toughness, and corrosion resistance extremely well. This blade runs full tang through the handle, which ensures strength in demanding situations. The handle itself is made from thermoplastic rubber, offering a cushioned, non-slip grip that holds steady in wet or cold environments. The sheath system is also clever. It uses a 2-piece injection-molded kydex design. Plus, a Velcro strap attachment secures the knife to your belt, and the setup feels straightforward and reliable. While it doesn't have the reach of a big field knife, the American-made Armiger 4 proves that true toughness doesn't need to come in a large frame. It's built for those who value compact reliability and solid US craftsmanship above everything else. After the compact Armiger, we have another knife from Zero Tolerance. Here, the 512 shows what an American-made automatic folder can really be. From first glance, it feels like a purpose-built tool for professionals. Right away, the CPM Crewwear steel blade grabs our attention. It's tough, holds an edge beautifully. The dark bronze Cerakote finish isn't just for looks. It adds a layer of protection against scratches and corrosion, which we really appreciate if the knife sees heavy daily use. The handle is an interesting mix. Natural canvas micarta on the front for grip, and a dark bronze anodized titanium back that keeps it lightweight, yet durable. We like the balance it gives, though we do feel the front micarta can get a little slippery if your hands are wet. The low-profile push-button lock is clever. It prevents accidental deployment, which we feel adds peace of mind, especially in a work setting. At just a bit over 4 ounces, it's light enough for pocket carry but still feels substantial in hand. Overall, the ZT-512 embodies everything we expect from USA-made precision. Tight tolerances, high-end steel, and dependable performance that feels ready for real-world use day after day. Named after the bullet ant, tiny but powerful, the ESEE-Izula shows that a knife doesn't need to be big to mean business. It's one of those compact American-made fixed blades that punches way above its size, and it's earned a loyal following because of it. And despite its size, it's one of those compact blades that can easily pull off. Now, it comes with 2 models. Izula. One comes with black G10 full-length handles, a blade length of 2.63 inches, and a blade thickness of about 0.15 inches. And it's made from 1095 high-carbon steel, hardened to 55 to 57 Rockwell, giving you a tough edge with plenty of bite. Now, without the sheath, it weighs just 2 ounces, which makes it an incredibly lightweight option to carry. Then there's the ESEE-Izula-II, which takes the same design but adds about half an inch more handle length for a fuller grip, along with full-sized handle scales. It keeps the same blade length and thickness, with the same high-carbon steel. The weight bumps up slightly to 3.2 ounces without the sheath, but it still feels light and quick in hand. Both versions are compact, easy to carry, and highly versatile. Altogether, the Izula proves that small knives can be serious survival tools. After a compact survival blade like the Izula, the Sniper Blade Works Mamu brings us back into big knife territory. Designed as a modern field knife, it combines practical features that work for chopping, slicing, and also tactical use. The 420HC spear point blade, available in satin or black PVD, is tough and easy to sharpen, though it won't hold an edge as long as premium steels like S35VN or M390, something to keep in mind if you're in extended use without access to sharpening tools. The G10 handle with ergonomic shaping sits naturally in the hand, and the integrated bow drill socket adds an extra layer of utility. The knife comes with an injection-molded sheath using the SafeLock belt attachment system, letting you carry it in multiple positions, which is handy when moving between hiking, chopping, or camp setup. At just a bit over a pound and over 11 inches overall, it's substantial. Some may find it a bit heavy for long carry, but that weight also gives confidence in every cut. For those who want a versatile, USA-made camp and survival knife that feels at home both around the fire and in tactical scenarios, the Mamu stands out as a dependable, hard-use performer. If you need a tactical folder that can be ready instantly, the Launch 23 from Kershaw addresses that need with a fast automatic mechanism. The CPM 154 blade is corrosion-resistant and holds a sharp edge, giving reliable performance for everyday cutting or tactical tasks. Its 3.3-inch trailing point blade is precise and balanced, though it's not suited for heavy-duty chopping or prying, which limits its use in some scenarios. The black anodized aluminum handle is lightweight and has machined grooves for grip, but it isn't as aggressive as textured scales, so wet hands may require more attention. The low-profile push button reduces accidental deployments, and the deep carry reversible pocket clip makes it easy to carry left or right without obstruction. At a bit over 3 ounces, the knife disappears in a pocket, which is ideal for EDC or tactical concealment. USA-made gives confidence in materials and assembly quality. Though, the only minor drawback is that the aluminum handle can feel a little cold or slick in winter or wet conditions. But overall, the Launch 23 provides a reliable automatic solution for everyday tactical or urban carry. When precision and control mean everything, the MKC V24 steps up with that unmistakable balance only a purpose-built fighting knife can offer. Inspired by the Fairbairn Sykes V42 stiletto, it delivers a narrow, point-focused blade for controlled, accurate thrusting. The MagnaCut stainless steel offers a good balance of toughness and edge retention, but because it's a stiletto profile, The blade isn't suitable for chopping or heavy utility tasks, which is a limitation we need to accept. The full-tang G10 handle feels secure and balanced, making rapid movements easier, though the narrow grip can feel slightly cramped in larger hands during prolonged use. At just over 9 inches overall, a bit over 4-inch blade, the knife is compact enough for concealed carry while still offering a serious tactical profile. The Cerakote finish improves corrosion resistance and reduces glare, but over time, abrasion may leave marks, so it isn't perfectly maintenance-free. We appreciate that the V24 is made in the USA, ensuring quality and reliability in materials and construction. So, for operators who need a combat-focused compact knife with precise point control, the V24 is a practical choice. Next up is one of the most recognizable out-the-front knives ever made, the Microtech Combat Troodon. The name comes from the Greek word for wounding tooth. And yeah, it's a tough one. The blade is about 3.8 inches long, with the whole knife measuring around 9.5 inches overall. Despite the size, it only weighs 5.3 ounces, thanks to some very refined engineering. Now, the handle is machined from 6061T, 6 aluminum with deep texturing, so it feels secure in hand and sits comfortably during use. Inside, Microtech uses proprietary tri-wing hardware, and the deployment is incredibly smooth. Double action, so it opens and closes with the same switch. The blade steels they use are top tier too. What people love most is the balance between its substantial feel and its precision mechanics. It's large enough to give confidence in hand, yet still slim and easy to carry for what it is. Of course, the price is significant, usually starting in the $450 to $500 range. Plus, for some, the size alone is more than they'd ever need. Still, this knife earned its reputation. It even showed up in John Wick 2 movie, which only boosted its fame. Among serious collectors and professionals, it remains the benchmark for large tactical knives. After all the modern tactical designs, it's refreshing to return to a true American classic, the Ka-Bar 1220. Well, this isn't just another fixed blade. It's the same pattern that saw real action in World War II, carried by soldiers who trusted it for everything from field chores to close combat. When you pick it up, you can feel that history in your hand. Here, the 7-inch blade is made from 1095 Crovan steel. It's easy to sharpen, tough enough to take a beating. And the black coating helps a bit with corrosion, though after some heavy use, it'll wear and show scratches. Now, the leather handle is smooth at first but breaks in beautifully, shaping itself to your grip over time. It's not fancy, but it feels like a tool built for work, not show. We'll admit, if you're used to modern micarta or G10 handles, the leather can feel a little slick when wet, so it's not the best in rain-soaked conditions. But as a traditional fighting knife, it's solid, balanced, and carries that unmistakable heritage. Now, we come to one of the heavy hitters of American survival knives, the ESEE Junglas II. Originally designed for real jungle work, this knife's size and toughness make it perfect for anyone who needs serious chopping power in the field. It's massive, 14.5 inches overall, with a cutting edge under 8 inches, so right off the bat, you know this is not a delicate tool. But that size is what makes it so practical for heavy chopping and slicing tasks. The 1095 high-carbon steel blade is tough and holds a functional edge, and the textured powder coat keeps it protected against rust and scratches. We appreciate the removable micarta handles. They feel sturdy in hand, and the hammer pommel with a lanyard hole is a small but thoughtful touch for carrying or anchoring the knife. One thing we notice is the weight. At almost 20 ounces, it's not something you want to swing all day without getting tired, but it's perfect for the kind of heavy-duty cutting it was designed for. We appreciate how this knife bridges the gap between a machete and a proper survival tool. It can chop through thick brush or branches, yet still slice with precision when needed. And being made in the USA gives us confidence in the build quality and materials. So, that was our list of 25 USA-made tactical military knives you can consider. Let us know your favorite pick in the comments section, as we'd love to hear from you. And as for everything else, Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.